So Sam is a new addition to the Staten household. We lost my dog Ruby this year while I was elk hunting, and you're gonna see that on the Public Land Hustle series. We don't talk much about it, but man, I was really devastated because that dog was my dog, my best friend. That dog slept in my office, been on a lot of videos, and she was only 7 years old, and something bad really happened. An accident occurred where she had a lot of life left, and my wife ended up getting Sam. And we're lucky to have this guy. He's a new addition. He's super cute, and you might see him on videos. All right, Sam, we got to do this video, bro. Welcome to the ElkShape YouTube channel. Dan the Fitness Man here. What's up? So today we are going to break down a little more in depth on the X Impacts. This is a follow-up video as promised. We're also going to discuss a little bit of elk butchering best practices, and we'll even maybe do a little shoot off between the TKO and the X Impact and talk about some side plates. Here we go. I do have side plates. I've been running these side plates all fall on my V3X29. These are from Shetland Creek. These guys are awesome. First off, they have a badass warranty. So any defect in workmanship or material, 1 year from the time of arrival at your doorstep, you're good to go for a year. I dig that. They're also custom made, handmade. There's not like a bunch of mass production. So they're made, there's a lot of craftsmanship involved. I personally love the way they fit. I've ran engaged side plates from Matthews. Those are really good. I've done Rattler grips as well, but once I tried these, I was sold, and then we went ahead and made them some ElkShape ones. So right now we have green, orange, yellow, white. We're gonna be getting black in stock. They fit Matthews. Halon's going forward. I only have right hand in stock. I didn't buy a ton up front to resell, but they are there if you wanna check them out. Comment below if you wanna try one, or if you have them, what you think. I'm curious what your thoughts are. I noticed a significant difference in the lack of torque. I typically don't like stock grips from any bow I've ever had. I like a really slim profile on the riser, and that's just the streamline works best for me. So if you're a side plate person, maybe check those out. Rep ElkShape. That will just mean that you are representing hard work pays off, delayed gratification. All we're selling here is hard work. Next, elk meat. DIY butchering. I'm huge into butchering. I wanted to know if you guys wanted more videos on how I do elk butchering. Obviously, I don't always have an elk ready to butcher, but for going forward for years to come, if this channel continues to grow, we'd love to maybe showcase how we DIY butcher. Briefly, I just killed a bull. Spoiler alert, Public Land Hustle, sorry, in Arizona. I let it age for 14 days. I hang it in a cooler for 14 days at 40 degrees or so. And once it's aged, then we butcher it. And I generally just make steaks, roasts, and the rest is burger. And I can tell you right now that I'm not a huge jerky guy or summer sausage or breakfast sausage. That requires a lot of work, and I just don't have the time or capacity. And my family burns through elk meat. We generally can burn through 2 elk a year with my wife, myself, and our 2 kids. And people usually like, how's that possible? Well, I literally eat elk every day of the year. That's how that's possible. As far as processing goes, get yourself a good horsepower, 3/4 horsepower grinder. I got mine from Cabela's. Jake got his from Cabela's. We take all the soft tissue out of the equation, and it's super clean. And once you peel off that aged meat, underneath it is the most tender, bright red, juicy, awesome meat. So yay for elk meat on the menu in 2022. All glory to God. When it comes to the X Impact and the TKO, we're looking at a couple differences. The total length without a broadhead on the TKO was 25.5 inches. So obviously a very short crossbow type arrow, but tremendous FOC coming in at 17.65%. I used the Archery Pal app. It's $5. That's what I used. Total weight of my arrow that I used to kill a couple of bulls, an antelope, and 1 bear, and 1 big whitetail was 450 grains with a Micro Hades 3 blade, helical to the left with the ElkShape AAE Max Stealth vanes, and so the outside the inside diameter is on that 5mm is 204, which is standard. So 125 grain head up front, and then the 80 grain insert from Gold Tip. It's a steel insert, it's very robust, it's a solid setup. I love RIP TKOs, I have nothing bad to say about them. They're awesome, except that they won't fit my Q-Light quiver, even on the 27, V327. It's just my arrows are so short, they won't fit the 2-piece quiver, and I love, love, love 2-piece quivers. So with the X Impacts, we have an arrow that is from the nock to the end of the outsert, 27.5 inches. So 2 inches longer. It weighs 449 grains and its FOC is now 18.75%. It's obviously a 4mm. The inside diameter is 0.166. I'm gonna be running a 125 grain head, but here's how the components end up being very similar. So the outsert is aluminum on the focus system. It weighs 43.1 grains. The set screw that goes inside weighs 8.1 grains, and I am going to Loctite that down for sure once I get the orientation that I want with my vanes and my broadhead. I will Loctite that down because that left helical could make that come undone. If I need to replace the outsert, it may be a little tricky getting that off. I might not be able to do it, I just don't know. We're gonna tinker and let y'all guys know and keep it real per usual. The post is steel inside. It's super easy to put on. It weighs 30.5 grains. So the whole focus system together weighs 80.6 grains. It matches up exactly. So what we're gonna test at the end of this video is I'm gonna walk outside in the snow and I'm gonna shoot 5 or 6 arrows at a certain distance with the TKOs. And then I'm gonna keep my slider, my sight tape on the same dial, and I'm gonna shoot 5 or 6 of the X Impacts. It's pretty windy today. We'll see group size. We'll see if my sight tape's off. Hopefully I can make some good shots and just kind of see how they go. And then we're gonna continue to tinker, and maybe this spring bear season, I will be using the X Impacts once again. I will say, I used the X Impact on my second bear last year, or in 2021. I shot a bear at about 26 yards, severe quartering away. It went in just behind the hip, and it went into the opposite shoulder. I did not get very much blood on the ground at all, and that's very standard with bears. Their hair is long, spongy, but as far as bleeding, I didn't see much blood on the ground, very tiny. My bear only went 60 yards, and when I opened up the bear, the single bevel from Iron Will did an insane deal on the insides. Like, I was so blown away and impressed. I don't think the Grim Reaper can do that damage, but the Grim Reaper does seem to have more opening up, entry, exit holes, more blood on the ground, which I dig. I would never talk bad about Iron Will build because I feel like he makes arguably the best broadheads on the market. They're just in a different price class. And if you're going to be looking at Iron Will and two blades, I would strongly consider that single bevel. It was incredible. Obviously, I'm probably gonna run the Micro Hades 3 blades from Grim Reaper. I am not sponsored by any broadhead companies by choice, and I think it's good to try to avoid sponsorships so that you can tinker and keep it real and continue to earn your guys' trust. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna step outside. We're gonna end this video with some beautiful flight of some arrows, and we'll test it out and go from there.
I'm focused. I've been watching for the omen. I've been listening to everything you said. It's been running through my head, locked and loaded. I got the feeling that you know it. Yeah, I've only just begun. I won't stop until it's done, till you're broken. So welcome to the fire. I'm the one with the lighter. Feel it burning through your veins as we're walking through the flames, getting higher. So welcome to the fire. Welcome to the fire. Feel it burning through your veins.
I didn't have binos, so I couldn't really see. Did you notice I let down on that last arrow, TKO? I was talking to myself, keep pulling, and shot didn't break, and I got fatigued and I let down because Joel Turner told me to. So only fire good arrows. That was the first shot. Oh boy. Looks like they're a little hotter. 4, only one of the 5 was where I wanted it as far as height wise. So they're all, maybe these do shoot a little hotter. Being a grain lighter, better FOC, leave it to the physics. Here's my other group. This is a tiny 365 target. It's 18 inches. Initial impressions is I love the length of those X impacts, because I think I'll be able to run the 2-piece quiver. I know I keep saying that, but that's really important to me. I like a 2-piece. I like the Matthews Q-Light's my favorite quiver. Tight spot's cool, and then Matthews has got the new quiver system that once I get my hands on that new Hamsky coming out, I'll probably run that new 2-piece from Matthews, and should fit these X impacts. I'm gonna have to test that sight tape though, because it looks like at 63, 4 out of the 5 X impacts were hot. Those TKOs are lights out. They grouped well. Both are really good arrows. I killed animals with both arrows this year. ABT, man, always be tinkering.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you dig our content, tap the subscribe bell, be notified. We're very regular. Try to get you 2 videos a week. 1 super polished, maybe 1 a little more raw. Tim Connor is my main man who helps me out. We appreciate all your support. It means the world to us. And we'll catch you on the next one.